Wednesday is a half day. Closes at 1 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, Thursday is closed. Friday's open, and we will meet Friday. Friday's open, but at the same time, I would expect very, very light volume and not much, not much going on. Okay. Officially, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Options Income Launchpad Monday Market Kickoff. My name is Scott. I will be your host. As always, let me remind you, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, PJ. Good morning, Lee and Ray. As always, let me remind you that what we do is for illustrative and educational purposes only. Nothing we do or say should be considered or intended as a recommendation to buy or sell any security, financial product. We're not brokers. We're not advisors. Therefore, we do not give personalized investment advice. Decisions made should be at your own risk. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, what are we going to do today? We'll talk about the opening futures in the news. We will talk about the economic calendar and our posture. If you weren't able to see what we got for our posture, we'll show you that real quickly. Okay. We will talk about mindset for open trades, which we obviously had some. We'll talk about transitioning. So our posture improved. AI's posture stayed the same. Our posture improved. As such, we are definitely looking for, new bullish trades. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. We do have a strong early week opportunity list, and we are not working on any trading plan section of the week. We're taking off a few weeks. Now, taking off a few weeks does not mean we're not doing anything. Taking off a few weeks means this is your time to take the plan you have now, prepare for the new year, by going through each section of your plan, one section at a time, and each section of your plan, one section at a time, and score it on a scale from 1 to 10. So you'll have a trading plan with a score of something up to 80. Well, unlikely 80, but close to 80. So, yes, that's what we're looking for. Then that will allow you to identify your weakest trading plan sections and work towards improving those first. So we're going to spend a little bit of time focused on prioritization. Let me know if you have any questions about that little routine that we're going to be going through. Okay, let's get into it. First and foremost, if you weren't there, this is what happened. From the 24th to the 21st, posture improved by 0.5 for me. Where did the improvements come? Well, what's interesting is, for me, the long term dropped from a 1.5 to a 1.25. And then the short term increased a little bit. We had a higher low. I said, okay. Net difference stayed the same. Now, where did I get the 0.5 point? Well, I actually got a 0.5 point from volume. My volume score improved a 0.5 point. My major market regressed by a 1/4 point. My VIX score improved by a 1/4 point. So it was actually kind of a big shakeup, a lot of changes. The only thing unchanged was sector rotation. Stayed the same. Everything else shifted a little bit. Okay. How did the AI do? Unchanged. So AI improved its volume score, improved its VIX score, but dropped its major market by a 0.5 point, ended up staying the same. So yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting one. But it leaves us in a pretty solid spot. Average score between me and the AI is a 4.5. So definitely more bullish than not. For those who were not there, anyone have a different score that they want to throw in and give to the group? But most of the group, we had one person as high as 5. And we had maybe another person was below, but I don't think anyone was lower than a 4 and nobody was higher than a 5. If that gives you a sense of where we are for a posture. Let's go take a look at this morning's market. I think I forgot to reload this. Let me just get a few things updated. There's the opening bell. And strong for the futures. Futures are up 0.5% for the S&P, 0.78 for the Dow, the Nasdaq, 0.66 for the Russell, 0.15 for the Dow. So the Dow the least, which again, that's okay. Gold is up almost 2%. Interestingly, the VIX is back down into the 14s. Good to see. Definitely good to see. Wall Street is uniformly bullish on 2026. Why that's a concern? I don't know why. Larry Ellison offers $40 billion guarantee to beef up Paramount's WBD bid. Let's go look at WBD. But I'll tell you, silver just keeps going, doesn't it? Let me get out of the weekly down to the daily. Yeah, silver is strong. Strong. WBD. And you can see it's starting to turn again. Starting to turn again, looking possibly viable, one we talked about. Okay. Let's pop into the market first, and then we'll look at the VIX. We'll go from there. And there's our start. As we thought, looking for a turn. Looking to make that move. Okay. Okay. Market turning higher. We're only 3 minutes in. We're not going to go look at the range yet. Let's look at the VIX. VIX is pushing lower, pushing to a new low. Looking good there. Sorry. Rosanna said, do you have a guide to these calculations? Oh, sorry, I missed that. I think I didn't see that come in. No. Unfortunately, I don't have anything specific. It's really more of just kind of a how confident are you in the strength of that section. So if you were looking at, now I do have a fully developed sample plan, and you could basically look at the plan I have, the plan you have, and say, how strong do I think mine is? Though I wouldn't say mine's tens. I don't think I tend to be a little bit more harsh on myself. I don't really ever give myself tens. Yeah, that's a great question. But you know what? We'll plan to go through, especially in the Tuesday, Thursday sessions. We'll plan to go through and help discuss what each one would look like from a scoring standpoint. Yeah. Okay. Okay. When did the Santa rally end? When would it? I don't know that we're seeing a pretty good push from the Santa rally. So I think we may get that kick through the end of the year, ideally. Yeah. All right, let's go to the top of our list. We've got a pretty strong watch list going on right now. So we'll go see how everything looks. Apple, not yet, but close. There's possibilities there. Okay. AMKR. So it's turning. You can see it's higher. It's up by 1.76. It's higher. But I don't love this candle. I don't love that it gapped up and is now selling off. So there's a little bit of a concern for me there. Amazon. Amazon looks looks okay. Not doing much yet. Not trying to break. I would say I'm not looking for the next piece yet on that one. APH was starting to go up, but this was one that we actually said we're not as interested in. Why? Because it's sideways to slightly down. AVGO, no. That was a no. AXP looking very close. Very close. You can see that we've had the consolidation. Now it's starting to turn. Sorry guys, I'm off my chat. Hold on a second. Yeah, I had about 4 questions come in directly to me, and I don't know if I didn't get the general chat turned on in time or not, but some of them came. That's why I'm reading them out loud. Okay. BAC is turning. That's viable. I would, as far as we've been looking, financials and industrials are 2 of the core areas we're looking at for new trades. Most definitely. Citigroup still going. Caterpillar turning. That's another one that's a possibility. Sienna had a strong turn, but now is a little bit more muted. CLS, same kind of a thing where it has this turn, but it's turning into a red candle. So that's a little bit concerning. Which line in the stochastics is the buyer's? So, let me actually, so it shows up a little bit better. It's not a buyers and sellers. It's just looking at where is the price relative to its recent range over multiple periods of time. It's looking at 3 days and 7 days. And so the 3 day is going to be able to move sooner. So when it starts to get to the higher end of its range, it'll turn the faster line. So let me... Okay, so now I turned this, the K line is the green one here. That one is, that one is the more responsive line, the one that we're watching for to turn. So you can see this one turns down first, turns up first, turns down first, turns up first. Okay, let's keep going. Coherent. Oh, Coherent was one we looked at. It was looking pretty good. That was a signal, and then it's gapped up today. Credo. Credo doesn't look great. Cisco. Again, Cisco, I was looking for a little more out of it. It's kind of trying to follow through a little bit, but not much yet. Delta. Delta looks like it might be trying to turn out of its little consolidation. Here's the Dow. Yeah, Credo looks all right. Here's Fox. That looks great. Fox looks like it's trying to move again. I would say that's a viable one. Fox has less news issues than the WBD trade. First Solar, okay. GE, not yet. Gold gapped up 2% today. General Motors. Now, some of these like this, if you were thinking about taking them, I would probably look at changing into a Heikin-Ashi where I could put a little tighter stop and then just see if I can catch it. This GM is definitely one I'm looking at for a continuation trade. Okay, Google. Google is trying to turn today, you can see, but it's actually kind of flat for the day. If I look at the Heikin-Ashi, little deceptive. It's actually a little flat today. Goldman looking good, finalizing its turn, confirming financials as a viable way to go. GTX, no. Howmet, no. IBM, still not yet. Intel's moving a little bit. It's up 1%. It was up better at the start of the day. But yeah, it's okay. We're looking for it. IWM turning up strongly today. Small caps looking good, looking viable. JCI flat. J&J very close. So even as we have some that are turning a little today, there are others that are still waiting to turn. It's been a good window for trading. Let's take a look at LITE. Still going a little bit. Eli Lilly still moving a little bit. Lamb Research. It was looking pretty good, but it's kind of stalling out a little bit now. Macy's, no. MasterCard looks all right. Meta making a move, up almost 2%. Morgan Stanley looks good. There's a turn there. That's a possible trade opportunity for us for an alert. All things staying the same. I would say that financials is likely where a trade will come today. Financials. If I had to give it a guess, I would say in the financial sector is where we're going to be. Microsoft. Nope. Micron. Up a little bit. Here's another thing I'll tell you right now. Is to be careful in your day trading right now. Why do I say that? Because with a VIX back down below 15, you're going to find the range. Which financials in particular? I would say AXP, BAC, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs are the four that I'm most paying attention to. Yeah. Netflix still struggling. Nvidia, okay, but not great. NXT, trying to see if it's going to bust out of that little consolidation range that it's been in for quite some time. Palantir. Yeah, Palantir's trying to move. Qs are doing okay. The Real stalled out. Rocket Lab. Now, what's just happened with Rocket Lab? That trade has reached profit target number 2. I was saying about the VIX and day trading. As the VIX gets lower and lower, there's just less day trading opportunity for us. Now, as we look at why? Because the VIX is a measure of volatility. So when the volatility is showing less, that means that the daily range. So for example, if you were to just go and put an ATR, which is average true range, if you were going to put an ATR on the markets, ATR and VIX and implied volatility actually tend to move in a very similar fashion, as they're both volatility indicators. But the ATR is showing that it's getting less and less, meaning what? It's moving less and less. So there's just not as much opportunity for us. Does that make sense, everybody? I hope that does. Yeah, sideways for the rest of the day, right? There's not a lot there. All right. So Rocket Lab, especially if you're taking profits at specific intervals, $75. So we're actually there. Now, does that mean it might not still go higher? I think it actually looks like it could still go higher more. But my thought is I'm going to take more profit and then I'm going to leave 1 or 2 contracts to see, right? So, yeah. And if it breaks back below 75, then I'll be done with the rest of it. So that's what I'm looking to do, is scale. So if you are in the trade, be looking to lock in your gains. Yeah, that one's fast, man. Boom, boom. 2 days. I love when we get those in 2 days. Very nice. Roku, not much. Ross Stores, still setting up. RTX. RTX is actually kind of interesting. How is that not an uptrend? Are we talking about RTX? I would say it is. Yeah. I mean, you can see it. It popped up, got a new high, pulled back, started to turn. There's definitely bullish momentum there. SLV, way overextended here. Let's keep going here. SNDK. Stalling a little bit. SoFi stalling a little bit. SPY. So what do I mean? So when I say this, let me actually put that indicator on. So this is the SPY. Now I want you to notice when the VIX is big, like here, you're going to see much larger candles. Big candle, big candle. Now this has a wide range. These big candles. Then when you come here, look at these little candles here. So little, all these candles right here. And so bigger candles, little candles. Where's the VIX? VIX is low. Look at the size of the range of the day. Now we can measure that, right? We can measure that. If I put this indicator on, this is ATR, average true range. And I add that here. So right now, the average range, and it's actually staying fairly high. So I gave that caution. There's more opportunity here, right, than there is back here. But it is staying at 7. If it drops back down here towards the 5 level, it's very difficult, right, to day trade when there's no movement there. So really just kind of like a, hey, be aware, just to make sure you know. Okay. STX. STX looked like it was maybe going to turn for us, but not yet. TER. TER looking good. It's making a turn. There's something there. But once again, for me, it's more about It's more about the financials right now. Okay. Let's keep going. TJX. So our consumer discretionary are still close, but they're not here yet, right? They're close, but this one has not turned, but it still looks good. Good uptrend, higher highs. Now we're looking for another higher low. Okay. Let's look at Tesla. TSM. TSM's trying to turn. There it is. You can see that it's making that turn. There's still viable opportunities, viable windows in this current current level, this current trading that we're seeing. So if you thought, oh, have I missed it? No, I don't think so. All right, let's keep going. Bullish dollar index staying kind of in a level. Here's the VIX continuing to move lower, looking good. W not doing much there. Let's see. WBD. Yeah, it's not really holding on. You know, don't love it when we don't see it hold on. WDC. Nope. Yeah, those are not really holding up right now. The digital storage, interestingly. Walmart, close. Again, consumer, right? It's kind of a straddler between consumer discretionary and consumer staples, but Walmart's a strong consumer representative. That one still looks pretty good. Let's take a quick look at the XLs. Materials doing okay. Okay, let's keep looking. Communication services holding up. Energy, kind of flat. You can see why we like financials right there. Right? That's why we like financials right there. Industrials also looking pretty good. Those are why I like those two the most right now. You can see that they're getting the most amount of turns. Technology. It's got some momentum, but it's not quite as. I mean, it's been carrying the market for a while, but now we're looking at that. Staples pulled back pretty good. It's nice to see. Utilities still dropping. That's nice to see. Healthcare stable. We're still looking at Johnson & Johnson. Still looks good. Consumer discretionary, bit overextended. Okay. So that is what we're looking at. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? Yeah, I think we're still looking for trades. We're looking to manage the trades we have, booking more gains on Rocket Lab, looking good. Yeah. Looking for new trades. Where's Santa? He's coming. He's with us in spirit. Okay, Stephen, will do. Nothing I've seen has been an issue yet, so yeah. Anything else? Before we wrap it up today. Sandy, I love it. I love it. Well, the schedule. So tomorrow, same as always. We have our meeting at 9:15, first thing in the morning. And then we have the two evening sessions for Q&A. So you have those opportunities. Keep an eye out because I definitely think that we're going to see alerts coming our way. So keep an eye out this afternoon. It seems good for it. So there you go. All right. Well, thanks everybody. It's great to see you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. Enjoy the holiday season. Can I go over how to manage the spread? Managing a spread is really no different than anything else. You just close it. You just sell. If you could have, let's say you have 4 contracts, you could have sold one when it reached 70. That was our first target. You could have sell 2 more when it reached 75. That's our second target. And then you could carry one to see if it goes further or just close because that was the upper target. So managing those is really no different than managing a long option. You're just going to close it. You're going to sell the spread. Because it's a bull call spread, right? Because it's a bull call spread, you close it, which means you bought it. You close it by selling it. There's a 70 and a 75. Yes. And when you buy those together as a spread, you have the ability to sell them as a spread. So when you combine those, that's what it is. It's a combination. When you combine those, it becomes one trade, right? So you're saying this is a bull call spread. And it is, we ended up buying that spread for, let me see if I can remind myself here. Oh, what did I do with that? Let me try again. So this is a $5 wide spread that we paid $1.31 for. The most that you ever could sell that spread for is $5. It will never be worth more than $5. So if it's worth like $4.70, $4.80, you're like, do I carry it to squeeze the last 20 cents out of it, or do I just take it and call it a day? But yeah, that's what you're looking at, is just closing together as a closing trade. You got it. Okay, great questions. And if you ever have questions like that, those are ones you can put into the chat. Glenn will answer them. I'll answer them, things like that. But yeah. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow morning. Look for an alert this afternoon, probably. As always, happy trading.